Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to your May reading, May pick a card reading. I'm so happy to be back. I'm so excited. You guys really enjoyed April pick a card and April love pick a card and all of the astrologies for April. That was a lot of energy put into that. I'm glad you guys really enjoyed it. So today, like I said, we're going to be doing a pick a card video for what is coming for you in May, what to expect energetically for May, what to prepare for, maybe how to take what's coming and amplify it, or whatever it may be. So I'm super excited to jump on into this video. But before I jump in, I want to announce that By Clyde has launched new pieces as part of kind of their April, kind of the kickoff to the May collection. First are these hoops. These are the Miracle Magnet hoops. They are absolutely stunning. They are very lightweight, so they're not like those super heavy hoops that kind of really feel like you're weighing your ears out at the end of the day. You're exhausted, but they are still 14 karat gold plated. These are the perfect size, and I love these, and they're really pretty. Like I said, they're super lightweight on your ear, but they won't tarnish because they are gold plated, as well as the Divine Feminine necklace. I here have it layered with the Zodiac necklaces, which are still out. This is freshwater pearl with 14 karat gold plated on it as well, and it's also the back of it is adjustable. So the way I did it is I just made, you know, the Zodiac one a little bit longer and this one a little bit shorter, just so I could layer. I like the layered look. Those are out now. They are really beautiful pieces, and I'm so excited to have them out, obviously because everything that's going on. I'm hand shipping your orders and hand mailing them out, you know, so there's less hands on them. So yeah, if you're interested in any of these items, be sure to get them because they are limited edition, and I look forward to packaging your order and having something exciting for you guys to look forward to in the mail. So without further ado, let's jump on into the video. As always, I would say pause the video, meditate if you want on the card to pick, or just go with your intuition. Don't overthink it. When you look at the cards and you're drawn to one instinctively, that's the one you should pick, as I recommend. Or you can kind of meditate and see which one comes to you, number 1, 2, or 3, or which card you feel the most drawn to. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop on into the video. So here are the 3 decks. Deck 1 or Group 1 is Pyrite. Group 2 or Deck 2 is Rose Quartz, and Group 3 is Blue Lace Agate. So take a moment, pause, meditate, and pick the one that most resonates, or just go with your intuition and the one that calls you right away. All right, Group 1, let's look at your cards. Today I used some fun, little bit of different decks. I used the Iris Oracle deck, which is these really pretty cards. I used these Sacred Self-Care Ritual cards, so you just can get more insight, and then of course Tarot to see what's going on. So we're going to see general events, what's happening in May, some things you can do for self-care, some things that are advised to do in this month, and then another Oracle card for added information or added advice or insight and clarity. So this is going to be a really good reading. So let's hop on in. So the Iris Oracle card is Make It Look Like the Night, 53. That's what it looks like. Taking a look at the Sacred Self-Care cards, the first card is Build Strength, and the second card is Clean Your Space. Now looking at the tarot, the first card is 10 of Swords, second card is Page of Wands, and third card is Empress. Okay, this one's really clear what's happening here. So this card 53, called Make It Look Like Night, basically tells us to face parts of our shadow side. So right now, actually in general, because of what is happening on the planet, a lot of light is being brought in, which when you first hear that, you're like, ooh, exciting, a lot of light is being brought in. But when a lot of light is brought in, everything in us that is has not been alchemized and has not been transmuted lights up. So any areas where we know we could, I guess, like grow a little bit or maybe improve, or any fears, mostly darkness or denseness in the body comes from a fear, like a lower density or lower vibration. And so anywhere we have fear or doubt or kind of stagnant energy or just dark sides of us that maybe parts of us that are jaded from past things or stored past trauma, this is the time to, in May, you're going to start looking at that and clearing that out. And it's like, it's like we let's say we're like 80% light. We live our life and we get comfortable with that. We get comfortable with the fact that we're 80% light and that we have 20% darkness, and we know what this darkness in us is, right? So we create almost like systems to navigate around our darkness. We create systems to navigate around what triggers us. We put up walls. We protect ourselves in ways so that 20% doesn't get activated, right? So the darkness doesn't get activated. And whenever we feel it coming on, we kind of push it away and just kind of stay in the light, right? Because it's easier, especially the more you get good at tapping into your body, you really can just continue sustaining those, you know, positive emotions. But every time that you push away that time when the shadow comes up, it's still stored in you. And in May, as the energy accelerates and moves forwards and escalates, it's going to be time to look at that. Like, we can't, you know, the night is just as important as the day. Like, the sun is just as important as the moon. And it's the same way darkness is just important as the light. Darkness isn't, you know, like this heavy negative thing. Darkness is just simply the absence of light. And when light comes into darkness, it's immediately transmuted into light. It's not like you have to take this darkness and, you know, shovel it out of you and take it out of you. All you do is you bring in the light and allow it to transmute, alchemize, and dissolve, right? And so it's like in our society, we're taught that it's to only be positive, almost like some of spiritual bypassing, like positivity only, but the only way you can become, you know, 100% light or, you know, move towards that is by overcoming the shadows and transmuting it and alchemizing it. So when those emotions come up, taking it into the body and releasing it. And I mean, we'll talk about the tarot in a second, but it's at the beginning of the month, I'm feeling a lot of just thoughts are coming up. A lot of thoughts are coming up. The swords represent thoughts. So you feel almost like burdened and overwhelmed by your thoughts. I think for you guys, things are happening really quickly and a lot is being revealed really quickly. Like, it's like this fear that you had is being brought quickly, and then you feel like you heal that, and then this other, you're immediately pushed to face this other fear, and before you know it, you're forced to push this other fear. So like, let's even different sectors of life. Maybe you have to face some fears financially, and now the things from past relationships are coming up, like certain triggers, and then you feel like it's like one thing after the other, one thing after another, but because all these things are being revealed to you, like I said. And this is such a beautiful process because most people live their life with so much shadow and never get to experience the wholeness. Like, you know, like let's say someone's just 20% light and the rest is stored emotion or trauma or triggers they never work through, or parts of them and fears that they just never face. You're living your life at like a 20% of vitality, or like 20%, you're experiencing 20% of the love and joy and optimism that this world has to offer. And the more you face the shadow and face the light and pull out these swords, these are all mental, which we'll talk about in a second, and the more light comes in, you experience life at a greater capacity. And what I mean also by at a greater capacity, at a higher vibration. The more shadow you transmute and the more light you have in your body, the higher frequency, not only will you experience life at a greater degree and see the joy and beauty and fulfillment, but things will move for you so much quicker. Your life will move at a quicker pace. Manifestations will just kind of come one after the other. Opportunities will just simply line up because the higher frequency you are, like, you almost get closer, you know, like for example, angels are on a super high frequency and they're very light vibration. Like the more you ascend, right, and raise your vibration, the closer you get, you know, to like you start to elevate your frequency closer to other I don't want to say entities, but other, you know, angels or other interdimensional helpers who are of high frequency. And so in turn, you kind of live your life at this accelerated rate where like things just happen really quickly for you. Things beautifully align for you. It's like you have a choice. You can just live comfortably with all this shadow, or yes, you can go through those things. It may feel like heavy. It may feel like all these emotions at once, but the emotions are coming all from your thoughts. The swords are always thoughts, and you're basically stabbing yourself with the thoughts. And trust me, I know what this feels like 100%. It's like you can't stop thinking about it, and it's going in circles, and you're thinking about every scenario and every single outcome and every little thing, and what about this and what about this, and then this scenario and this scenario and this, how could this could have been, how this could have been, and you basically like just shove yourself into a corner. So stop doing that. Stop shoving yourself into a corner. Sure, it's again, you're gonna have to face, you know, face those feelings and transmute them, and it can feel uncomfortable. And but when it feels uncomfortable, trust that the emotions will pass through you. Oftentimes when heavy emotions come up for us, we think they'll never leave, and so we start panicking. We're like, oh my gosh, am I gonna fall into this? Is this gonna happen? Am I ever gonna feel happy again? Am I ever gonna feel joy again? And yes you will. And in fact, you're gonna feel joy in a much greater scale than you ever have. So this, I'm gonna say, is more beginning of the month. And as my greatest advice here is just allow the emotions to pass through. Don't overthink them. If it makes you feel better, journal, or maybe like audio, voice audio, like your feelings into like your phone. If it makes you feel better, like I said, journal the thoughts, write them out, just get them out of your head. You know, talk to someone, if you know, whatever, a friend, or ideally just like put them on paper, talk to someone, or talk it out, talk out all these thoughts, because what's making you feel uncomfortable is this looping thoughts. When you have no one to talk to, you keep looping the thoughts. As you keep looping the thoughts, it's like you're shoving this sword deeper and this sword deeper, and you're going through all 10 swords over and over, just shoving them deeper and deeper in you. So the more you can just stop thinking about it, say, okay, I have this emotion in me, and just allow it to pass through you and trust it's gonna clear out. that's going to be really beautiful for you. Mid-month, you're going to feel so light. This is the Page of Wands. It's a card of like a very young, bright person filled with spirituality. You're going to feel so divine. You're going to start, things are going to start clicking, and you're going to start feeling like, wow, things are really lining up for me. You're going to start feeling the lightness. Like I said, because you're healing, you know, facing the things that you need to heal in the dark during this time. As you do that mid-month, you feel so light and free. And this is mid-May, so I'm just seeing that the sun is going to be out. It's going to be beautiful days, and it's like you're growing with the seasons. You're evolving with the seasons. You know, spring equinox is the peak of growth, and so, you know, during this time you had this peak of growth and the things that were brought to surface, and you work through them and the emotions pass through you. Mid-month, you're going to be feeling amazing. You're going to feel more, I think, online in line with your spiritual path than you ever have. You're going to feel so supported by the universe and so loved, because in this time you had trust. In this time where it felt like you weren't sure if you were ever going to feel good again, you had the trust and you had the knowing that something was passing through. You're clearing something out and clearing past emotions out and facing fears and clearing out shadows and evolving and working with them to transmute them into light, and now you feel amazing. You know, like, this is just the colors in this card. You're feeling really creative. These are the colors of, you know, the solar plexus, and then here the sacral chakra and the root chakra. You're feeling very present on the, it's like you feel like you have this divine connection that's flowing through you with like joy and bliss and abundance and success, and at the same time it's like for you feel like in the middle, like you feel like you're also grounded, because, you know, sometimes we can feel in our head blissful, but then we don't bring it down to this earth. It's like things in this earth at this moment feel really blissful, like you're in those lower chakras. So at the same time, those blissful emotions are coming through you through the divine, and you're bringing them down, and you're feeling so creative and so inspired and so present in the earth with joy. Sometimes when the earth is really heavy, especially when you're used to being in your upper chakras, like you're used to meditating and feeling how good that feels, then you come kind of back to reality, back to earth, it feels a bit dense. And now, because you've done this work, your energetic body is lighter. So those same kind of blissful meditative feelings that you feel in meditation and other energetic practices, you're going to begin feeling them when you're not in meditation, or kind of your life is almost like in a meditative state, so to say. Like, not fully, but you get what I'm saying, like those emotions that you feel, like that bliss, peace, and ease that you feel in meditation, you'll start feeling that just like in your day, just as you're kind of going throughout your days and being out in the sun and being out and about. I'm also hearing sunshine's really good, being out in the sun, but as you're there, like those same emotions you will feel in this physical realm. Sometimes we feel those in our, like I said, in our upper chakras, in our mind, we feel those emotions and things and those feelings, but you're going to start feeling them in your body, like the creativity, the bliss, the joy. It's going to be felt in your body. And also, at the end of the month, you're going to gain a lot of wisdom. So you're going to kind of become a teacher for others. So the Empress card represents a motherly card, a nurturing card, and a card of wisdom. So it's like you kind of go through like this like big learning lesson where like these things come up, and you're going to feel like, okay, like am I ever going to feel good again? And you're going to find a connection with your higher self, with, you know, source or angels or whatever it may be, and you're going to feel this connection to like the next, if the higher self, you're basically your higher self, or if it makes it more comfortable, just think of it as the next version of you. You're going to feel such a strong connection with the next version of you, so you're going to have faith. And when you have faith and things start working out, you're going to be so joyful, and so many like lessons are going to start being integrated in a really beautiful way. And at the end of the month, you're going to be very nurturing and inspiring to others. You're going to be able to tell people who are going through the same thing kind of what you went through and how beautifully it turned out. You're going to be able to be like a motherly figure. I'm also, of course, hearing like your mom is going to play a big role in your month. If that resonates with you, your mom will play a big role in your life in this month. Like maybe you'll be hanging out with her a lot more and doing things with her a lot more and bonding with her a lot more and things like that, as well as you're gonna have a very nurturing energy. I think a lot of you guys were in a little bit of a chaotic or more masculine energy, and this month you're really stepping into like a really beautiful balance, and a really beautiful balance where like you are really in your divine feminine energy, and you're still very powerful, but you're powerful because you're connected with the divine, and you channel all those blissful feelings through your lower chakras into this physical realm, and then you are full of wisdom through your gained experiences, and you can inspire others and nurture others, and you're kind of like literally like a motherly figure. Like you provide inspiration just through your energy, and then because of the things that you've integrated through your light, through your inspiration, through your bliss, and through your creativity. Not only through your creativity, but through like the bliss and just like this energy of like belief, of knowing. You have this clarity of knowing, but you still have like this childlike effervescence, and it's really beautiful. In terms of self-care tips this month, this is a building strength card. I think it's really important for you guys to continuously be working out, especially as you're going through this phase, because when you have a lot of dense emotion stuck in you, or dense energy stuck in you, aka like kind of shadow, when you sweat it out, you literally release toxins, you release all that energy, and also you release blockages. When you literally move your body, that's why stretching is so powerful. Simply stretching and breathing into different parts of your body releases tension. You literally release energy. So this is a month where like I'm really hearing cardio and weightlifting. A little bit of heavier workouts are going to be good. Of course, like, you know, yoga, Pilates, things like that, home workouts are good, but I'm hearing higher intensity. So you can get bands or jumping jacks, jumping, running around, high intensity workouts. You're trying to clear out, help, like as you obviously clear out just naturally your body, you know, your body naturally is going to release those heavier emotions, but you can accelerate that process. So like, you know, this is your kind of your mid-month card. I think through this, not only will it make sure that you hit this around mid-month, but it can even happen earlier. You know, obviously everyone's on different timelines, but I'm just really hearing intense workouts this month are going to be good for you. Like really, like, I don't know, like literally running, cardio, jumping jacks, weightlifting, like circuit, HIIT workouts. Like if you're doing at-home workouts, I would go start doing more of those. Like HIIT workouts, cardio, circuits, running, jumping jacks, like heavy weights, things like that are gonna be really, really good. So I really suggest that for you. Yeah, this is gonna be, I'm really hearing that strongly, like intense workouts this month. It's like I said, it's just gonna accelerate the process. Like I said, your body naturally clears out, you know, dense or heavy emotion, but you literally speed it up so quick, so much more when you do physical movement, if you feel called to do it. But I really feel like you guys will feel called to do it. Even like cycling, things like that, like I'm just hearing that that's gonna be really, really helpful for releasing dense energy. Like literally just even doing, you know, just stretching releases the dense energy, just doing yoga, just doing an easy workout. So that already releases dense energy, but doing an intense workouts, especially like circuit and cardio, that releases that blockage so much quicker. Also, I think it's going to be really important to clear out your space. There's a really big theme of clearing out for you guys. If you can't tell, you're like clearing out shadows, like you're clearing out dense energy, you're clearing out your space. This is clean your space card. I think getting rid of stuff energetically that you don't feel connected to would be really good. So if you have items from the past, clothes, things that just remind you of your past self or past experiences that you don't resonate, that don't bring you joy, getting rid of that. Like if you wore a shirt, you know, like with an ex or just things like that, I would just get rid of things like that because you want to create or donate them, you know, or sell them, whatever it is, but you want to create energetic space. And also keeping your space clean during this month in general consistently is going to be really important. A lot of opportunities are going to be coming in for you guys in May and moving forward. So by keeping your space consistently cleared and clean, you show the universe that you're ready. So just, yeah, making sure your space is clear. Like first I would say doing a big clean out or anything you just that doesn't, like if you look at this, look at things throughout your house, whatever, it could be literally like forks, it could be a carpet, it could be like a rug, it could be a little toothbrush, but looking at it being like, is this aligned with like my higher self or the next version of me, and answer yes or no. Because right now you guys are making, you're on a bridge to like the new you, and you're already on the bridge. You're literally on this bridge to this new amazing, like the you that you always knew would exist someday. Like even as a child, the you that you thought would exist, or the life you thought you'd have, like kind of, you know, when you just think of yourself, oh, when I'm older, like I'll be like this and this. You're transitioning into kind of like that dream phase right now of yourself, and the energy of the planet is really supporting it. Like that you that you're like, yeah, one day I'll have that company, or one day I'll be, you know, this, or one day I'll have kids, or one day I'll you know, start this, or one day I'll be like this, or one day I'll have this kind of lifestyle, this kind of person. You're literally building a bridge to that person. And so it's really important to align everything in your life to that energy. So like I said, really going through your things and seeing if things resonate or don't with you, and getting rid of them or donating them if they don't is going to be just super crucial at this time, and not crucial, but just very beneficial. And then so like I think one, doing a big clean out. I'm not talking about clothes or shoes, like everything, like going through, you know, your bed sheets and things like that. And if you can, getting, you know, new ones, or just washing them and setting the intention with white light. Going through your kitchen things, just cleaning things out, just going through your closet, going through your makeup, reorganizing things, going through your old products, just cleaning out like any wipes, any clean, just like anything you have, just that doesn't resonate the next version, to donate it or clear it out. And then consistently keeping your space clean. You guys are having a really, really powerful energy, and May is going to be like amazing for you. It's going to be like I don't know how to say it, like it's going to feel like a lot of powerful transformation happen. It's going to feel like you were like on, like this is the bridge and you already kind of were here. It's going to feel like you're like here by the end of May. Does that make sense? Like you already knew you're on your path to this new version of you, and you knew you're going, so you had good faith, but you were here by the end of May. You're going to be like really, really close to that, if not there, or like made a lot of further progress. Like I said, so don't worry if at the beginning of the month it starts off feeling like this. Don't overthink it. Don't start thinking like, oh my gosh, it's May, my whole month's gonna go like this. Like, no. Don't overthink it. Let just emotions roll through you. And you may take a day or 2 or 3 or 4, but they will roll through you. I'm really hearing 2 days that they'll take to roll through you. Even maybe less, like 1.5, like a day. I don't, it's gonna be different for everyone, timelines, but they're gonna roll through you, and then you're just gonna feel like this. Like you're gonna as all emotions are gonna kind of come through, you're gonna be like, whoa, and then you're gonna start feeling really, really good and really inspired. And just at the end of the month, just like aligned with who you really just close to, or aligned with who you really truly are, and you're gonna just feel like you're living authentically across all boards of your life. So a lot of really good stuff for you guys. I hope you enjoyed your reading, group 1. Thank you. All right, group 2, let's look at the cards. Today I used the Iris Oracle deck, which are these really beautiful cards. I used the Fountain Tarot to see what's going on that month. And then I also used, this is an Oracle card, so it's gonna give clarity, insight, and valuable information. And these are really nice cards as well. They're the Sacred Self-Care Ritual cards. So we're gonna be looking at those as well. So I think first we're just gonna look at the Oracle card, Iris Oracle card, and this one is Fire Mother, which I will talk about in a second, but number 9. It's important, I feel like, to know numbers. So it's maybe an important number for you in May, number 9. So look out for that. Things adding up to 9, seeing 9, repeating 9, places you're going adding up to 9, like addresses and such, phone numbers adding up to 9. 9 is going to be an important number. Looking at the tarot, Fountain Tarot, first card is King of Cups. Second card is Three of Wands. And third card is Eight of Cups. First self-care card is Take a Bath. And second self-care card is Connect with Fire. It's really interesting because this is fire, and then this is Fire Mother. I'm having a sense that a lot of you guys are watching this who pick group 2 are either fire signs, or you have a partner or you have a really strong influence of fire in your life. Someone, maybe a boss, sister, brother, someone who's a fire sign. So this is the card of rebirth, and it basically is a card that reminds us that although sometimes you can go through difficult things or difficult emotions, that we always kind of rise again. For example, like a phoenix will rise from the ashes. Although in that moment when the fire is up and the smoke is there, it seems like, wow, like that's intense. Like that is, you know, it's kind of like that's such an intense process. But little do we know that from those fires and from those ashes rises the phoenix. And in the same way, it's to remind you of the cycle of death and rebirth. It's to remind you that I think that for a lot of you guys, certain cycles are ending and you're finally learning to heal them. I think that for you guys, just the word self-sabotage is coming up a lot as I'm doing this reading. I think you guys are kind of used to previous cycles of kind of intensity, whether it's in work or relationships or friendships, and I'm really strongly hearing family, just kind of intensity. And so you're always kind of prepared for intensity. You're always kind of have a little bit of, you also feel like you're almost kind of like lightly stressed at all times. Like you're kind of just like ready for the next fight, ready for the next thing, ready to put out the next fire. Yet when we continue to live like this, we just repeat those cycles. When we expect disaster, we expect tragedy, or when we expect harsh things to happen, we literally energetically create that with our, with our words and with our intentions and with our energy. And it's to remind us that this is a month for you guys, for group 2, to gain free will and sovereignty, and to realize that you are the narrator of your story. You have the power. For you, like, this is the time where you step into that kind of fiery energy, knowing that you can use it to warm someone up and you create love and nurture, or you can use that fire to destroy. I think a lot of you guys are fire signs. I'm really hearing a lot of Aries. I think for you guys, it's just that you're so used to having this powerful energy and sometimes not knowing when to use it to just, warm someone up, like on a cold winter day, or when to burn someone down. So in this month, it's going to be important for you guys to realize that you are the creator of this cycle. You can either stop cycles or you can give it the momentum to keep it moving, right? It's like a little ping pong ball going around a table. It needs a little push to go make that full circle. It needs that push to make that circle. So when a cycle, it comes to an end and it's finally giving you a chance to rebirth into someone new, start a new cycle. Don't hit the same ping pong ball around another time just because you can. You guys like doing things just because you can, I'm hearing, and just because you can do something or just because you have the power to do something doesn't mean you need to exert it. Instead, I think it's really important for you guys to channel your energy this month into doing things out of love. I think you guys oftentimes are doing things out of almost power, control, or manipulation, and not even in a malicious way. It could be in a malicious way, but just because you can and you want to make sure you're used to things being a certain way. You're used to things turning out a certain way, or people acting a certain way, and so you have these defense mechanisms or these cycles or patterns or habits that are so deeply ingrained in you that you just do things because you can. You exert power because you can, but sometimes it's time to step back and realize that that's not always the way to do things, and it can get destructive. And instead, you can use that power you have to put love into things and put warmth into things, and to tap into that nurturing side of yourself. And so this is really the month where I think it's important to, instead of pouring this kind of aggressive energy into things almost in a destructive manner or just, you know, to will things along. It's instead important to nurture things with love. So now nurture your work projects with love, nurture your, you know, children or your friends with love, your partner, your spouse with love, and just to nurture even yourself, the way you talk to yourself, the way you navigate with yourself, the way you just communicate with yourself and respond to your emotions, to come from a really nurturing place this month. In terms of tarot specific details, I'm almost saying water is going to be a bit, it's like the elements are a really big theme for you guys this month. It's like a lot of fire and water, which when fire and water come together creates steam, which is like, you know, steam is like usually just very intense. So yeah, for you guys this month, I think there is definitely a water sign male I'm really hearing, or yeah, I'm really strongly hearing a water sign male who is in your life. It could, yeah, I'm just here, I think it's, or if, I'm gonna say for a lot of, I'm reading for thousands of people, so I'm picking up on a lot of energy. So for a lot of you, this is a water sign male. I think for a lot of you, it's someone who's already been in your life for a bit, and for some people, it's just more of an emotional man, or just a man who's maybe more in touch with his emotions, or expresses his emotions more, or has other strong water placements, you know? So look out for that. This person, I think, will be a big support system this month, and just someone who is consistent this month, and someone who you're like learning a lot of lessons through. I think you're learning through this person how, because this person's a safe person. This person, I feel like for a lot of you guys is going to be here for a long time. For a lot of you guys, it could be a friend, like I talked about before, or I think it might be a romantic partner, or if it's a dad, whatever figure this is going to be a consistent figure. And so through this person, I feel like you can learn a lot of lessons. You can learn that it's safe, you know, to give love instead of destroy, or safe to be open and nurturing instead of powerful and manipulation. That it's, you know, it's safe to give a little bit too. It's safe to give a little. I think it's sometimes really easy when you want to be empowered to take. And this month you're learning that it's okay to give, and it's okay to be vulnerable, or give space to not always, basically you're learning it's okay to not always be in control, not always be in power. And this person is teaching that because they continue to reciprocate love and affection towards you through all your stages and through all your emotions. So this person's kind of like this standby, or this kind of rock that's teaching you a lot of lessons about the way that you can express all your emotions, and you can be softer, and you can give and still, and that if anything, your relationships, life, career, friendships, I think will actually improve. You guys are putting a lot of effort in this month. I'm hearing for two groups different things. I'm hearing a lot of people are putting a lot of effort into their relationship, probably maybe with this person, because they're trying, you know, you guys are trying to work on it. You're trying to work on giving. You're trying to work on, you know, meeting people, putting in equal effort, trying to be there for people, trying to really open up your heart. So I'm really seeing this is like dedication, and this is gonna result in success. It's gonna make the relationship more fulfilling, more happy, more prosperous, just more successful. Like it's gonna be like one of those relationships that's like it's an example for other relationships. I'm also hearing for a lot of people it's going to be for work, and it's going to be very consistent effort and energy through work, and also through a lot of spiritual alignment. A lot of you guys are going to be manifesting a lot of work opportunities as well. So there's so many groups I'm like picking up on a lot. For, like, so I said, a lot of people, it is going to be this relationship. For a group of you, it also is going to be manifesting work opportunities, whether you're doing like visualization, or you're doing scripting, hey Cancers from last month, or you're doing certain things, certain manifestation processes to create new careers, or to enhance your side hustle, or to maybe make your side hustle your full-time job. You guys are really directing a lot of energy towards creating this very solar plexus energy, and it also is going to be successful. And a lot of you guys are just really working hard at work. So maybe if you have more of a traditional job, you're working very hard at work, but also seeing it's going to turn out successful for you. And I'm also seeing you guys are still incorporating spiritual practices. So even if you're working a normal kind of more traditional job, you're still doing like a little bit of meditation in the morning, or a little bit of yoga, or some sort of even just visualization or qigong. Like you're doing a little bit of spiritual practice. And I think you're creating a correlation that not only does it take hard work or energy, at least, I don't say hard work, but continuous directed energy for something to manifest, but that being in alignment is so powerful. I think you guys are realizing that. I think you're realizing that it's better to work for 2 hours and do 2 hours of alignment than like 6 hours out of alignment. I think it's a really big lesson you're learning. I think you're letting go also, Eight of Cups, of past illusions. I think that you guys had certain expectations. I know sometimes this card comes up as a negative card, but I'm reading it, it's really coming up as a positive card. So you're really like letting go of illusions, like, or like negative illusions. Maybe you thought that like things couldn't work out in your career that way, or if you gave in a relationship, someone would be manipulative towards you, or like you had these illusions or beliefs that didn't serve you, and they're like melting away, like you're like walking away from them. You're literally like a snake literally shedding its skin. You're realizing like that's not who you are anymore. Like maybe in the past you thought, you know, like if you gave and gave and gave, that, you know, you'd be taken advantage of, or you'd be manipulated, or you wouldn't be on top, and it's not the case. And you learn this month that you can give, and in fact your relationships are more nurturing, and they are more supportive, and they are more successful when you put more effort, energy in. So you kind of shed the skin. Or for work, you realize like, wow, I don't need to work as hard. It's more important for me to be in alignment and do aligned work. So you walk away from that illusion, or you walk away from the illusion that you even need to do a traditional job. And this month you really pour a lot of energy into something else, and you see the sprouts and the blossoming, or the beginning of the blossoming of something new, and it kind of gives you that courage and inspiration, almost confidence, an inner assurance that, you know, no, like I can do what I love and still be successful at it. So you're walking away from illusions that don't serve you, and it's a good thing this month. Again, a really big connection with water. I think it's going to be really important for you guys. I'm also here to do this on the full moon, but to do like to take a lot of baths this month, or connect with water. Maybe it's going to the ocean frequently. It's going to really help this process. Just going to the ocean. Going to the ocean also allows you to connect with your divine feminine energy in general, man or woman. It's going to allow you to connect with that nurturing side of you. So it's going to kind of assist with, instead of, you know, having this power struggle, it's going to allow you to give and be in a, you know, more positive emotional state. Also for this person who is this water sign, or has a lot of water, strong water placements, or is just more emotionally connected, more emotionally expressive, responsive man, just emotionally connected man, going to the beach and things like that. If you have a beach near, or just like taking a bath, if you can together, going to jacuzzi, or like just being by water, a lake, or anything is going to be really, really helpful, not for you guys together, as well as for you by yourself. I'm really hearing to do a full moon ritual in a bath, where like you know, visualize the water as white light, and ask it to melt away everything that doesn't serve you, or ask it to enhance your divine feminine energy. I think that if you guys take a bath on the full moon, ask it to enhance your divine feminine energy. It'll be very powerful. Another card is connect with fire. So I think this is would be really, really good for intention setting. I think that this month, helping you connect with the elements, it's going to give you a sense of grounding. I think you guys already have this very kind of passionate, intense energy, like I said, that can be very masculine. I'm saying this for like, I sense this in group 1 too, but like when you're go, you get a little bit destructive. So it's important to understand how to harness it. It's important to connect with the elements. So being in nature, understanding the value of being grounded in earth, being around water, understanding the value of being in your divine feminine and expressing emotion, and understanding how powerful controlled fire is, and how a controlled fire, like these people by this bonfire, looks like they're like just around the fire, how like when a fire is controlled, it's actually nurturing. It actually offers warmth and support people, but when the fire is huge and chaotic like this, it destroys. So I think that observing fire this month, maybe you could do a bonfire if you can on the beach, a bonfire in your, you know, in your backyard. I think I'll just be just observing fire when you maybe even light a candle, doing like candle meditations, where you meditate just by doing breathing and staring at a candle for, you know, 10-15 minutes. I'm hearing, yeah, 10-15 minutes, 8 to 15 minutes. Just so you understand the connection between how fire can be nurturing and, you know, powerful in that sense. It can be still powerful, and it can be nurturing and warm at the same time, provide, you know, security to people, or it can be destructive. And just in general, look out for fire symbolism this month. So thank you, group 2. Really good month for you guys, and I love you guys. I will see you guys in my next video. All right, group 3, let's look at your cards. So today we're going to use the Isis Oracle card. These are really beautiful cards. The Fountain Tarot to see what's going on this month, as well as these are really nice cards as well, the Sacred Self-Care Ritual cards. So the Iris Oracle cards are really going to give us powerful clarity. So the Iris Oracle cards are going to give us powerful clarity. So Iris Oracle cards are going to give us clarity, information, valuable insight. The Fountain Tarot cards are also going to show us what's going on this month for you guys energetically. And the Sacred Self-Care Ritual cards are going to give us really nice advice, things to focus on, things that can accelerate or, you know, allow you to prosper greater, quickly, or more efficiently, and just in a better or healthier way during the month. These are just like a very nice reminder of certain things to do that, like I said, are going to enhance you. So enhance your vibration and life and everything in return. So let's look at the Oracle cards. So the first card is Broken and Hatched. This card is 72. So if 72, so the numbers, look for number 7 and 2 this month for you guys. Look for number 72. Maybe when you order food, you get number 72. Look for 7 plus 2 is 9, so 9 could be a big thing. So just numerology to look out for, and we'll go over this card in a second and what this means as well. The Fountain Tarot, the first card is 7 of Wands. The second card is Ace of Swords. Ooh, new beginning. And the third card is the Devil. The first Sacred Self-Care Ritual card is Connect with the Moon. And the second card is Health Checkup. I'm hearing for you guys, something was cracked open or clarity was revealed, either about a relationship, a situation, about what's to come. Just in May, this is gonna be in May, so I'm like talking about it as though it's past tense, but in May, a beginning, it could have already happened, or it's the beginning of, or it's a theme throughout May, you're gonna have clarity revealed to you about something. Like basically, it's gonna be like a light bulb moment. Something's gonna, I don't wanna say crack, but something's gonna happen, like a clarity or a breakthrough. It's gonna give you clarity and powerful momentum forward in a certain direction. Like you're gonna realize something, or something's gonna be revealed to you, and you're gonna be like, whoa, something's gonna click. Yeah, I'm here to click. Something's just gonna click for you, and you're gonna be like, whoa. So through this awareness, you hatch, right? So like for an egg, for the chicken to come out of the egg, for the egg to hatch, it needs to be cracked. You know, the chicken or little baby chicken is inside and is ready, but unless you crack the egg, it can't come out. And so like oftentimes we're in our shell and we feel so safe and comfortable. I also hear it's a really big theme for you guys to break out of your shell this month, to do things in a different way you have, to do things in a different routine that you have, to restructure things in ways that you didn't do it before. Like you guys are so comfortable doing the things that you've always doing things the way you've always been doing them, and you're in this little shell and you already know what this inside looks like and smells like and feels like, and it's your home when you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm in my shell again, and it feels nice. But little do you know, outside your shell is a whole world. Think about if you were like a small chicken in an egg on a farm, and all you knew was the inside of your shell. That's all you thought ever existed in the world. And then your shell is cracked open and you see everything. You see the grass, you see the sunlight, you see your maybe brother and sister chickens, you see the mom, and you see, you know, maybe the farmers who are there, and you see the sunlight and like the blue sky and the clouds and like things you never knew existed. It's a metaphor that when you step out of your comfort zone, it's a whole new world. When we're in our comfort zone, we think that this X, Y, and Z are the only things that exist. We think that the things around us are the things that we see, and things that are in our kind of shells. Think of your days, or think about just like your life as your shell, where you go, people you interact with, the things you do them, how you do them, what you do, when you do it, what you eat, how you eat, why. That's your inner world. That's your shell that you're used to. When you step outside of that, when you do something you wouldn't have normally done, or when you go somewhere you normally wouldn't have done, or you know, start to take on a belief that you never would have had, or you just try something new, or you try something out of your comfort zone, you try something that's out of your shell, just that one crack, one little crack of the egg gives the chicken the space to come out, right? It starts with one crack. It starts with like one little leg pushing the egg and cracking it open, and from there, you know, the fresh air comes in and the sunlight comes in, and it becomes so exciting, and it makes the chicken want to come out. And the same way for you, you take one step out of your comfort zone, or two steps, or a few steps out of your comfort zone. With each step out of your comfort zone, you crack the egg. You crack it a little bit, you crack it a little bit more by facing the things you fear, and facing the things you fear, and facing the things you fear, and facing the things you fear that you've always wanted to do but didn't know if you could do it, or didn't know if you were good enough. This is the time to do them and to crack your shell open, to get out of that, because with each thing you do outside of your comfort zone, like I said, it opens a new world. So you may think that doing one thing outside of your comfort zone isn't going to change a lot. Maybe you know, if you switch things up, or you talk to someone you wouldn't talk to, or you do something you wouldn't do, or like you expand yourself, or you just, you know, expand your horizon, or just do something in a different way. You think like, oh, is that going to make a big difference? It will. With each crack you do, you open the, you know, you make a crack in the egg, and before you know it, you're literally outside the egg and you're in a whole new world. And this is what this month is going to be about you, for you guys. Yeah, like it's going to be you throughout the month. You're going to be taking steps and steps and cracks, and it may be tempting to not push your little foot out of the egg and just stay in your shell, but you'll have this intuition. You'll want to go do something, or you'll want to ask this person to do something, or you'll want to collab with this, or you'll want to do something this way. You want to break out and expand and create and be innovative, and it may feel weird and scary and odd, but you'll still want to do it. You still will be tempted to stay in this shell, but you'll know that you need to do it. I'm telling you, it's going to be very powerful to move forward in that direction, because before you know it, by the end of May, you're going to break out of your shell into a whole new world of just like joy, prosperity, success, like just breaking free, and just this openness and this like newness, like this, like I'm just saying, like imagine like you out in the sunshine on a beautiful day, and everything just feels exhilarating, blissful, and just like loving and successful. That's what awaits you at the end of the month. For in terms of, let's look at actually what's happening in terms of tarot, right? So you guys are, when you're very determined energy this month. I mean, 7 of Wands, you guys are moving forward. This is like unshakable determination. You're moving forward. I think you make a little crack at the beginning of the month, and you see the kind of results that happen. Like let's say you do something outside of your comfort zone, one little crack, and you see the success, prosperity, abundance, and like joy that comes from it, or like just the success and fulfillment. Like I'm trying to get the word. harmony that comes from it. Yeah, like it's within you and in the outer world. And then you're like, I'm determined. Like you're determined. You're like, I'm gonna face every fear. I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna do the things I've always wanted to do. I'm gonna start the things I've always wanted to. I'm gonna talk to people I've always wanted to talk to. I'm gonna break out of my shell in a positive way. And I'm seeing a lot of people's career. And I'm gonna make things happen. I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna step into this power. You're having a lot of mental clarity, and it's a new way of thinking. One of swords, especially by mid-month, you'll just have this new perspective, like a positive perspective where you're sharp, you're clear-minded. Clarity. Clarity is a really big word for you guys. You're gonna have a lot of clarity mid-month. A lot of clarity. Just like you're gonna feel very aligned and very, yeah, just very like aligned and inspired and on track. Your mind's gonna be sharp. You're not gonna feel overwhelmed with swords. Your thoughts are gonna be very light and very focused. Focus. That's a really big word. It's important for you guys to stay focused this month. Focused, really important for you guys. I want you guys to, if you're writing something down, write down focus. You're gonna there's gonna be a lot of distractions this month, especially by the end of the month. I'm just saying that's what the devil card, to be completely honest. And you need to stay in this momentum. You're on the path to your new timeline. You're on the path to like a really beautiful life. Okay, you're on this path. Don't get off the path because of temptations. I'm really hearing like being out, alcohol, partying, things like that's gonna be very big at the end of the month. I think maybe because the quarantine will be released by the end of the month. I'm just saying intuitively. I'm just seeing a lot of temptation for you guys at the end of the month, and just to not get in that. You have such a healthy cycle going on. You have such a healthy cycle. You have a good routine. You're having a good morning routine. You're meditating. You're having a good structure. You're moving forward, so determined. Don't slow that down. Don't get rid of the healthy habits you've created. You've really created such healthy habits that don't break them down. I'm just telling you, if you do this, it's gonna make you, I mean, everything is divine. You'll still get back on track, but you're just gonna slow your momentum down. You're on this fast timeline where things can manifest so quickly in a powerful way for you, and this is just gonna slow it down. Like it still, it could, still will, probably will happen, maybe will happen. But if you continue this path and don't fall into this temptation and stay aligned, this, look at this golden blue light. Like this is like solar plexus, throat chakra energy. Like you are creative, inspired, and speaking your truth. So, and on these, I mean, it's just pleasure in your root chakra. So look out for that. Also, I think it's going to be really important for you guys to always come back into your intuition, come into your feelings this month. And so throughout this month, you feel like you need some clarity or insight, aside from like mental clarity. I just think it's important to connect with your emotions. So this month, doing just a lot of like energy things will help you feel aligned. So whether that's meditating a lot or just simply like how she's saying, just if you're feeling overwhelmed or confused on what to do, just one moment, like you don't know if you should go to this thing you're invited to or not go to this thing, or is this in line with you, or is this not in line with you, just stand there with your hand over your heart, your left hand over your heart's usually the receiving. The right is out, but you can do whichever one resonates with you. For some reason, to me, the right also kind of resonates. To stand there with your right hand over your heart, or your left hand, whatever you feel connected to, or maybe even right over left on your heart. Taking 2 deep breaths with your putting like your left and then your right, and deep breathing in and breathing out, and doing overtime breathing in and breathing out, and then connecting with your truth. Then asking yourself, what is more aligned with me? This option or this option, or this choice or this choice. It's gonna be very helpful for this month. This is gonna be a really good technique you can go back to. It can even be a daily technique of deciding what to do, or what to focus on first, or where to put your energy first, or things like that, or how to respond, or or the ways to be more in line with yourself and do things in alignment with your heart. Because when you're in your heart, you alchemize and you magnetize the field, and you create in the field that which is yours, and that's that which you deserve. And it's a really beautiful process. Also, like I said, this card is health checkup. I think for some people this could be literal. I think that a lot of you guys maybe have been wanting to see the doctor, but we've been in quarantine. I don't know, maybe I'm hearing for like dental work, but if anything like that resonates, then maybe that's a really good time after this to go to the dentist, or if that's something you've been needing to do, or like go to whatever doctor you've been needing to do. I'm hearing that's really big for one group. You guys have been like wanting to see a doctor about this and this thing, or you needed to get this and this done, but you haven't during this time. For some reason, I'm really hearing dentist. Super strong dentist, interesting. But also hearing that like if you start partaking in like heavy drinking, or like eating a ton of food that's not good for you, less on the food, but I'm really hearing like drinking and I'm even hearing like drugs, I don't know, that it could affect your health. And not that you have to, maybe you'll have to actually go see a doctor. I'm not really hearing that like fully, maybe for a few people that resonate. Actually, I'm not even hearing that. I'm hearing it's more of a symbolism card as well. Like it's just symbolizing that like if you partake in those activities that don't serve you because you're on such a good path, it could impact your health. And it could be, just like your how you're feeling, your body, your stomach, your mind, your mental health even. So just be wary of that, you know, and just stay on track. You guys are like, you're really doing well. You're on a really good path. Just make sure you keep going, you reconnect with yourself. There's a lot of really good stuff. All groups are doing really good this month. May is a really good month, you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video, or if you'd like to see more vlogs or lifestyle videos, be sure to check out Daily Polina vlog channel here on YouTube. Otherwise, I will see you on my website for other guides, resources, and one-on-one coaching sessions, as well as on my Instagram. Bye guys, I love you.